Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry, I accidentally stopped that video. I went to pause it for a second and then I stopped it completely. I just hit the wrong button. So I'm sorry the previous video just got cut off just completely, but now I'm going to finish in a second video. So I apologize for the inconvenience that may have caused you. Anyways, where did I leave off? We were doing number 5, I believe, on page 88. You should have S written above he, LV written above was, PN written above defenseman, and for the Boston Bruins in parentheses. And then your subject pattern on that line was SLVPN, right? That's where we were. Okay, I think. Okay. So number 6, Bobby Orr retired in 1978. In is a preposition. In 1978 is a prepositional phrase, so put that in parentheses. Bobby Orr is the subject of this sentence. It gets an S above it. And retired is the verb. And there's no more words. We've run out. So your sentence pattern is simply SV. Now that was what we call an intransient verb, as opposed to a transient verb, which takes a direct object. And sometimes an indirect object. Transient verb doesn't transfer its action to anything else. It keeps it all to itself. And it's just a simple SV. Excuse me. You guys don't have to know those words, transient, intransient, but I wanted to sort of expose them to you a little bit, and you might see them in some of your grammar videos. Number 7, his team won the Stanley Cup for 2 years in a row. For is a preposition. For 2 years is a prepositional phrase. In is also a preposition. In a row is a prepositional phrase. So now we look at the subject, which is team. That gets an S above it. One gets a verb. One is an action verb. So what did they win? The Stanley Cup. Stanley Cup is your direct object. To whom or to what? There's no answer to that one. So it's simply SVDO. Number 8, Wayne Gretzky won another prestigious award in 1999. In is a preposition. So in 1999 is a prepositional phrase that should go in parentheses. The subject is Wayne Gretzky. Gretzky. I'm having trouble with that. Won is the verb. What did he win? He won an award. That's our direct object. So your sentence pattern for that one is SVDO. Now the apply and write. You're going to write several sentences about an organized sport that you've either watched, that you've watched being played. Now if you've never watched a sport in your entire life, I don't believe you. I mean, maybe you haven't sat down and actually formally watched it, but surely sports have been on somewhere in your realm of vision at some point in your life, or you've at the very least watched people perform. I mean, everybody who was at the archery assembly watched an archery event, okay? So at the very least, you've seen things like that, okay? An organized sport, or maybe you have watched people play kickball just at the playground, or basketball and at a park, okay? So which sentence, so you're going to write and then you're going to label your own sentence patterns. And yes, I do expect you guys to do the apply and write every single time. And that's another thing that kids are going to start losing points for. If you don't do the apply and write, I'm not giving you full credit. It's always do the apply and write unless I tell you not to, okay? All right, so let's look at what we're moving on to. We're moving on now to pages 89 and 90. Now, this is helping verbs and main verbs. You're going to need to memorize these helping verbs. I'll find a link for you so that you can work on them and practice. There's a song you can sing. And yeah, you're going to have to memorize these helping verbs. It's very important to learn these, okay? Sometimes an action verb can have more than one word. You have the main verb and you have the helping verb. So the example they give us on the top of page 89, men have played hockey for many years. Men is the subject, have played is the verb, and it includes the helping verb have. Then we have we are eating pizza for dinner. We is the subject, are eating is the verb phrase, are being a helper at this point. It can be a linker, but when it is combined with a action verb, it's a helper, okay? Are by itself is a linker. Are, when it's with an action verb, is a helper. Simple subject is we are eating, And what are we eating? Pizza. So pizza is the direct object, and for dinner is a prepositional phrase. So here we have verbs used as helping verb. Am, is, are, was, were, will, have, has, had, do, does, did, would, could, should. You're going to need to memorize these. There's going to be a test. Okay, you're going to have to be able to write them all down and know them. I'll find a song for you. But it's you're going to have to study these. Okay. So now in the guided practice, we're looking at number 1. Hockey has been a popular sport for over 100 years. Our subject is hockey, and the verb phrase is has been. That's all they ask us to do, is to underline hockey once, has been twice. Number 2, our family has played many sports together. Family is the subject, has played is the verb phrase, so underline that twice. Now, we could go one step further if you want to and find direct objects. Our family has played what? Has played sports. So sports would be the direct object, but you don't have to because that wasn't required here. Number 1, hockey has been what? Has been sport. Sport is the direct object here. Okay. No, has been is a linking. Sport is a predicate noun. I'm sorry, I told you wrong. Don't believe me. Scratch that. I had to look at it again. Yeah, okay. All right, number 3. Let's look at number 3. Sorry, I messed up. No, it's not. Sport is not direct object. Has been is linking. Sport is a predicate noun. That's number 1. I messed it up. But I'm not going to go and redo this whole video because I made a silly mistake. So there you go. Number 3, in the morning, our class will play hockey in the field. Now, this particular one, they want us to put parentheses around the prepositional phrase, diagram the simple subject, the verb, and the direct object, okay? So, in is a preposition. So, in the morning is a prepositional phrase that gets parentheses. In the field is also a prepositional phrase that gets parentheses. So, our class will play hockey is the main part of the sentence. Class is the subject. Will play is the verb. What will we play? We will play hockey. Hockey is the direct object. So what we're going to do is we're going to diagram this. So they've already given you the sentence line. Okay? Already given you the sentence line. First, we put the subject, class. Okay, then it gets a perpendicular line that goes all the way through the sentence line. Then we put the verb phrase, both words, will and play. Okay, then you put a perpendicular line that does not go all the way through the whole sentence and write your direct object with is hockey. Okay, so we diagram it like this. All right, so now you are going to try this on page 90, and you are also going to work on memorizing helping verbs. Have fun. I'll see you again soon.